Good morning
and welcome to your favorite Sunday morning TV show. We call this Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. You can find me across all social media platforms using the handle @Mensa Duncan.
And I am Inu Safa across all social media handles. You can find me Inu_S. How are you doing? It's another beautiful Sunday, and as usual, our show is live and interactive, and you can join us using the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033 0204 447 033, or across all our social media handles. You can hashtag Sunday Breakfast, and we'll read your messages right here on the show.
Of course, and we'll also use this opportunity to wish all the lovely dads out there a happy Father's Day. You know, it's because of your sacrifices, your dedication, your commitment, into seeing a better society. And, we are grateful for all of your sacrifices, and we don't take it for granted at all. So right here in-house, Channel 1 TV, from the very top, some of us call him the papacy, all the way to
Happy
all
Father's Day,
dads
Cement.
in here. We say a happy Father's Day to all of you. We see
Don't buy
we
your
appreciate
father
you.
morning coats.
And don't go and buy
towel.
singlets and
towel
socks
and socks
and boxes.
and boxes.
Can it be? Charlie, you have to do better. Go to the watch. There's a watch in Accra Mall. Go and buy it.
Caveman watches.
Yeah,
then you write
support made in
happy
Ghana.
birthday, daddy.
Yeah, you can buy. You can even buy. You can take him on a treat.
Yeah.
You have to do better. Don't go. No boxer shorts. No singlet. Have to. I'm
Jude,
not.
happy Father's Day.
I'm not
happy
a father
potential
yet.
Father's Day.
I'm not I'm a potential father. That anyway. But to be fair, there are people who are not fathers.
I said, Jude, happy potential Father's Day.
But the day is not potential Father's Day.
Happy potential Father's
Thank
Day.
you. But the day is not.
Go.
The day is the day is not.
Did that kill you? Did that thank you kill you?
But you have to celebrate this for what it is. The day is not for potential fathers.
You're still going to be a father one day. So I'm celebrating you now, just in case in the future I forget. Then you remember this day.
You won't forget in the future.
I'll forget.
Anyway, shout out to all father figures. Some people are not biological fathers.
But they're doing the most.
They play the role of, fathers and even more. So it's for the days for you as well. Amazing.
We're 7 years.
7 means perfection. For Christian believers or for people of faith, they believe, and for those who believe in numerology, they believe that 7 is, so like they say, God created heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested. So on the 7th day he will rest. You remember, we were on the show together, now your show, but give us a bit of your 7-year journey. I know you've been to HR a lot of times, stubborn boy. I'm as old.
Are you as old as the station?
Yeah, for CTF, for Channel 1 TV. Yeah,
oh, really? You came in when they started?
I came in on the 11th of June. Channel 1 TV started on the 4th of June.
Oh, okay.
It was just a week away. When I came, the only program running at the time was Breakfast Daily.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
With
of course, there was
Jifa,
obviously no weekend.
And
there was Jifa as host, and also Isaac Wilberforce.
Yeah.
We called him Spiky. He's now a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Even CNA wasn't running. Yeah, it was only Breakfast Daily.
And so what was used to fill the other slots?
Oh, we had so many other pre-productions.
2020 wasn't there?
Even 2020, I wasn't sure I started fully.
Oh, okay.
The following week, was when all of it started. So,
oh, right.
Yeah, it's
been an incredible journey. But you've enjoyed yourself?
Absolutely.
You've learned a lot, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Along the line, I've met amazing people. You're one of them. I don't take it for granted. I saw that face, but yeah, I don't take it for granted, and it's been a learning curve. There's been a lot of growth. There's a lot of impact. Like I always say, not even necessarily just about me, right? But to see that a company where you work is deliberate about making society a better place through our corporate social responsibility, through speaking for the vulnerable in society, and overall, it's been a really, really amazing journey. Right. Yeah.
My journey began 2021, right after COVID. So I came in wearing nose masks, and I saw you on
your face when you entered.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
But I didn't take
I saw you. I won't say the rest.
I was straight in. I was also in black, as a matter of fact. I was wearing a black dress. I came in, I was a bit skeptical. It's like, ugh. But I mean, 4 years on, I've learned a lot. It's been interesting. It's been fun. It's had its highs. It's had its lows. I've questioned decisions. Do I really want to be here? Because, yeah, it's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. And, you know, the passion still drives us. So we're here, we're doing it, we're making it hard. We're proud of the channel we work for, and I'm proud of the recognition. When you go out there, you mention, sometimes it's just me buying something, and then the minute I open my mouth to say something, are you in South? I'm like, yeah. Or your voice is very distinct. So, I mean, yeah, it's been an interesting ride. It's been an interesting journey. But Jude, in your years that you've been, you never learned how to dance.
That is not true.
Okay,
I think I'm one of the underrated dancers here at Channel 1.
Under who?
You know, dancing is, dancing is universal.
You see the way
I want to choose my words carefully.
Struggling to come up with a word,
it's
and you're stuttering all of a sudden.
It's obviously universal.
Okay.
But the point is that a dance that you would probably dance here in Ghana may not be culturally relevant elsewhere.
I'm too much.
I'm explaining.
Channel 1.
So my dance,
you have 2 left feet.
No, that is not true.
It's not true.
Can you, Slim Master, 10 years ago, if you start to display these moves here, people watch you and like, what is about?
Slim Master.
You know,
but that was the dance that was, you know, relevant to that
guy
time.
too, you have to, you know, Slim.
So sister, yeah, me baby.
Yeah, they've put us in the bottle before, but it's all good. But the point is that my dance is not appreciated because it's not for this market.
Okay.
You know, it be international.
If you say so. So the reason why we're talking about dance, because, you know, Channel 1, we celebrated our 7th anniversary with a choreography.
Lovely one as such.
Yes, Omema, that was the song that we chose to do it. And I don't know if you can spot Jude in the video, but if you do, let me know. Let's watch it.
You lead, always for the one. Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey, what is that sound? He really, really moves on. This is what it says. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right there. In times of trouble, he is my help. Yeah, I know no fear. I know he'll be right there. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh. Come on, sing the verse, y'all. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right. When I'm in trouble, he is my help. And I know no fear. I know he. Come on, we say, yeah. He really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh, yeah. He really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. He really, really moves. Oh. He really comes through for me. Oh. Every time, one time, every time. Come on, this your part. Come on, let's say. Remember, you're always on time. You can't do no wrong. Oh, never. Come on. You leave the 99, always for the one. Oh, never. You're the God who does good, always on time. You can't do no wrong. Oh, never. Yeah, Baba, leave the 99. Come on, oh, never.
Wasn't that an exciting video? So I'm sure you saw Jude come out of the newsroom, but then he vanished.
I was inside.
Where were you?
I was
Because
inside.
it's surprising that all the cameras, the drone, we had like 3 cameras, none of them.
But we were a lot. Did you see every single
I
person?
saw every single person.
Did you see Nilate
I
inside?
saw, no, Nilate wasn't around.
Did you see Caleb Kuda inside?
Caleb wasn't around.
Did you see Shamu inside?
Who's Shamu?
Look at that. You know, it's like,
Who's Shamu? Programs. He was inside. Listen, at least the drone picked everybody. There were so many cameras. We saw Jude come out of the newsroom, and then that was it. So please explain to us where he vanished to.
At least I hope I'm just grateful that the refrain is that I wasn't there, or I was running away from the dance. So once you saw me in the cut, I was inside.
Because even here, at least we would have seen you at the back.
I was inside.
Okay, give us the first one.
I won't do any dance. Go to YouTube. My videos are there played. In fact, if you search me up, one of the first videos you see is a video of me dancing. So I don't even need to prove
really?
oh yes.
But you know there's a BTS of you.
I don't need to. I don't need to.
There's a BTS of Jude doing the Omema.
You can't do. You can't spring it.
Director says you should dance.
I'm not going to do
Omema.
People need to come and I need to commercialize my dance. You should pick up and come and see me dance. I'll dance.
Just says you won't dance.
You have doubted the spirit already.
You can't.
You didn't honor the spirit. That is a really lovely video.
Yeah.
I really.
Yeah. So all we're just trying to say is that, you know, we're number one in whatever we do.
Yeah. And it's not even close. You know, sometimes you're number one, but like somebody's to tell you, like somebody's.
Nobody's to tell
you. This one, the cup is like chaka.
No. Yeah.
You know, and somebody mentioned to me the last time I was in Parliament that they've not seen a media house, you know, grow so quickly and become, you know, this influential within the space. You know, by year 2, you know, if any politician or anybody wanted to, you know, have any very powerful, very, you know, communicate to the public, it was quite obvious what the choice was, right? And beyond even that being like the main referral point when people wanted to, you know, share their grievances, whatever, is the fact that we are impacting society.
Right.
So, for example, the dam spillage, it was a Channel 1 thing. You know, every Easter we are in Troto in Sum. You know, every Christmas we are in. The last time, or 2-3 years ago, we were in the Burns Center at the Kolebu Plastics and Burns unit. The other time we were in some orphanage. Now we are in rehabilitation centers. You know, so it's just not telling you what the news is, right? We try to make society a better place, and for me that's the most important. Telling your stories and bringing about change.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful to be part of this really amazing institution.
Distinguished.
Yeah.
Distinguished. And we have some goodwill messages from, you know, distinguished persons in society and all of that. And we also did a documentary. I asked JB, how did he get Papa to talk about the journey so far? Because, I mean, even though he owns a TV and radio station, he barely, you know, will sit for an interview about the journey so far because, you know, he gets emotional. Yeah. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. Yeah.
So we can have a look at it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good time to, you know, look at this really amazing, you know, work Eno has been referring to. Let's take a look.
In the heart of Ghana's media landscape, a vision was born. Bold, independent, and unrelenting in its pursuit of truth and empowerment. This is the story of Channel 1 TV. This is the journey so far.
Channel 1 TV came about as a result of a deep conviction to recreate the channel of dissemination of information. It wasn't just about broadcasting, it was about engaging, it was about telling the stories that matter in our communities and to our communities. And so once we saw the gap, we put ourselves together to create this wonderful channel. Adabraka was our first home where it all began. Modest beginning, but I must say full of ambition. And, it became the birthplace of our ethos and our whole package of integrity, courage. But it got to a point that, the expression of the vision became a bit enormous, I must say, and we needed a bigger place to contain the new direction of this project. So this would take us away from Adabraka, and it eventually landed us where we operate now.
In 2023, the station underwent a transformation, rebranding to Channel One TV. More than a name, it was a renewed commitment.
Channel One TV represents something more than a TV channel. It's leadership, it's inspiration, and it's engagement. And we have captured all these into a slogan, telling your story, empowering change. But we also do not just limit this to a slogan. The slogan also has become our mission. We tell your stories, but we don't just end there. We empower change, and it's our lifestyle.
Every story we tell is a reflection of our society. We don't just report, we engage, whether it's politics, culture, or community development. We are here to inform and to inspire.
Our newsroom is built on credibility and courage. Over the years, we've broken important stories and covered major national events with balance and depth. Journalism is about trust, and we've worked hard to earn that.
From building strong partnerships to creating innovative revenue models, our growth has been strategic. We've collaborated with both local and international partners to sustain our mission and expand our influence.
Our events have amplified voices and catalyzed change. From affairs, parties to national policy dialogues, we've created platforms that make a difference by driving the Ghana agenda whilst engaging our viewers.
We curate programs that reflect our identity. Bold, intelligent, culturally grounded. You know what? Storytelling is our craft, and we take it very seriously.
Behind every broadcast is a team of producers, editors, and engineers who make it happen. Tech indeed is the backbone. My team ensures we stay on air and ahead of the curve.
It's people first here. We build talent, support growth, and nurture creativity.
The work behind the scenes matters. Policies, logistics, daily management. We are the silent engine.
Channel 1 gave me a voice and a chance to grow as a journalist.
We are more than a team. We are family driven by purpose.
Every story we tell has the power to make a difference. That's what motivates us.
We've turned ideas into revenue.
And partnerships into progress.
Seven years of excellence. It feels like home.
7 years on, the journey continues. From Adabraka to Tesano. From a dream to a national voice. Channel 1 TV remains committed to telling your story and empowering change. This is our story. This is Channel 1 TV.
You know, I've always believed that television is the most powerful tool to teach people what they don't know, to give inspiration to a collective, to give information to us all so we know exactly where we're going in this life. And for a channel that has done it with expertise, a channel that has done it without fear, a channel that has done it, you know, with men and women at the forefront who are committed to it, I have nothing but the biggest, the deepest respect. Channel 1 TV, it's your 7th anniversary. For 7 years, you've been doing something fantastic and something good. My name is Anita Erskine, and I'm here to say congratulations, well done, and happy birthday.
So that was how Channel 1 started and where we are as a station now. Like we say, we're telling your stories and we're empowering change. And we're grateful that you joined us throughout this journey, and we promise to give you just the best in the next coming years. So yeah, that's about our 7th year anniversary. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Sunday Breakfast is still live.
Yo, Green, you no go job. You look unhappy and seem to be in pain.
I have this long-standing well at my anus and it keeps coming and going. I feel sick and so uncomfortable, bro.
Have you taken into consideration going to the hospital?
I've been to several hospitals and they keep telling me the same thing. They said it's anal fistula. I have to undergo a surgery. I'm scared I might not be able to hold my stool if I do this surgery.
Wait, have you considered seeing a proctologist?
Which one is that? What, do we have proctologists in Ghana here?
Bro, we have a lot of them. They are being trained every time.
Where can I...
Charlie.
An anal fistula is an abnormal tract which connects the inner parts of the anus to the skin around the anus. As long as this tract persists, there will be a recurring boil around the anus. A proctologist is the one credited with excellent outcomes of surgery of anal fistula. Laser and ligature anal fistula surgeries are the modern methods with very low recurrence rates.
Visit Mwintiba Hospital and Coloproctology Center today or call us. Mwintiba Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela, kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze.
Sekunjalo.
So much love in the air. What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here. Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
Hallelujah. Wherever you are, just lift up your voice and give God thanks. Tell him how much you appreciate him. Lift up your voice and give him worship. Join us in worship this morning. He's worthy. Because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you. Because of who you are, Lord, I worship you. Because of who you are, because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, my Prince of Peace, and I worship you because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are, not because of what you have done, Lord. And I worship you all because of who you are. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. For who you are, I'll bless your name. For who you are, I'll worship you. 'Cause you are God all by yourself. Oh, you are God all by yourself. We declare that there's nobody like you, Lord. For who you are, I'll bless your name. For who you are, I'll worship you. For you are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. You are God all by yourself. You don't need approval. You don't need my approval, Lord. You are God all by yourself. Oh, you are God all by yourself. Hey. For you are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Oh, you are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You've got times and seasons in your hands. Oh, you called for light out of darkness, and you don't need no man to be the God you are, but you have chosen to call us your own. Lift your voice with me, say you are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God, you are God, you are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Nyami kokro koso ore wono quarry timada ohinye yebe why yebe yada ohinye yebe kamfu yebe wayo yebe why yebe wayada yebe kamfu Okay, so I would want to share a song God blessed me with that I released. It says, "Thank you, you have done me well." Amen. You have done me well. You have done me well, Lord. When I look around me, I see many, many blessings. You have done me well, Lord. I'm here to say thank you. You have done me well. You have done me well, Lord. When I look around, I see many, many blessings. You have done me well, Lord. I'm here to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done for me, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being there for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done for me, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being there for me. Thank you. Hey, my eyes have seen, my ears have heard of your faithfulness and love. Oh, I'm a product of your grace, and when I take account, I have many testimonies. You have done me well, Lord. I'm here to say thank you. My eyes have seen, my ears have heard of your faithfulness and love. Oh, I'm a product of your grace, and when I take account, I have many testimonies. You have done me well, Lord. I'm here to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done for me, Lord. Thank you, hey, thank you, thank you for being there for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, hey, thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you. Another song that blesses me. Non your faith or harm me Always you make a way, non your face, oh honey, drama, twenjole, oh honey, always you make a way, non your face, oh honey, hey. I've come to praise you for your goodness and your kindness, hey. Your faithfulness, oh Lord, you've shown to me. Even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's ever new. More, yes, Christo, more. Hey, I've come to praise you for your goodness and your kindness. Hey, yeah. Your faithfulness, oh Lord, you've shown to me. Hey, even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's ever new. More, yes, Christo, more. So we go again. Thank you, hey, Lord, thank you for all you've done for me, Lord, thank you for being there for me. Thank you, say thank you, hey, thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you, hey, thank you for being there for me. Thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you.
Woo! Powerful. That was lovely. You had everybody in the studio dancing. Your name is very unique. Is it Ghanaian?
It's Ghanaian, so it's Yvonne Esinu.
Okay.
Yes,
and then
I've done it Yvonne Esinu.
Okay, so all right. That's How's the journey been? The musical journey. How has it been?
It's been a great one. Actually, I just started last year. I released my first song last year. Okay. But I've always been in church ministry since I was a little girl. Around the age of 13, I was committed in my church choir.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, and I've been doing that till now. One of the praise and worship leaders in my church. So.
Oh, what church is that?
Liberty Assemblies of God.
Oh, that's interesting. And the journey has been good?
Yes,
when you decided to branch into music proper?
Well, we just began, but the response has been good. Yes, so the song is blessing a lot of people, and that's what we are looking up to doing. Okay. Like giving out more songs that will bless the hearts of people. Yes, and draw them closer to God as well.
Yeah. You wear many hats. You're a wife, you're a mother, and then you're a musician, a gospel musician at that. How easy or how difficult is it?
So I'm a fashion designer as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I see. I see. You should design something for me for the show. I like that.
I will assure also. It's not easy. It's not easy combining being a mother of 3 girls.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then like the fashion business and then trying to do music. It was a tough decision to do the music because I know music is also, when you listen to a lot of musicians in their interviews, you could see that it's not something that is also easy to do.
Yeah.
Yes, but with the help of God, we are sure we'll sail through.
And fashion designing, you know, people are quite, my material and I already and all of that. So I can imagine,
you know, you have to rehearse and all that. So it's all about sacrifices. If you want to do something, you just have to sacrifice and then get them done.
And then I'm sure you have a supportive partner as well.
Yes, of course, my husband.
You wouldn't be able to do as much as you get done around.
Yes.
Okay, talk to me about collaborations. Is there anybody in the industry that you've already collaborated with or that you want to collaborate with?
I've not collaborated with anybody yet, but there are songs that hopefully, God willing, I'm sure yes, I'll get to collaborate with, like, as time goes on.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. So tell me about the song that you sang, is it your single, right?
Yes, yes.
Tell me about it. How did it come about? Were you washing one day and then, God dropped it in your heart? Tell me about it.
Okay, so that song, I think last 2 years, when I was about celebrating my birthday. Let me say that.
I know, we don't tell our ages.
Don't tell our ages. So, me being a fashion designer and then a musician now, I met a man in a car who just randomly told me, you are a singer and a fashion designer. But by then, I'd completed school as an accountant and I was working as a client service personnel.
Okay.
So when he said that, I was like, well, I've had a thought of being a fashion designer. If he says a singer, I'll probably think he's seen me sing somewhere. Yes. But fashion designer, I can only thread my needle. So, and then mend my dress. Then he was like, well, that's what God says. Then he got off the car, So it's always been something that I know God is going to use me for, like being a fashion designer. So 2 years ago, it dawned on me that what God said about 12 years ago had come to pass.
Without you even realizing
it.
Yeah,
without me realizing it. So I thought about it and I said, oh, God has really done me well. So whilst I was there being grateful to God, the chorus came with the first verse, and then I decided to record it. So after they brought me the first demo, I did the second verse and then I decided to bring it out.
Any other songs we should be looking forward to?
Yes. There are songs I've recorded. I've recorded one with the legend Koda. May his soul rest in peace. That song is also a very good one. It will be coming out soon. So I'm trying to put an EP together before the end of the year. I'll put that out.
We'll have our antennas there.
Yeah.
But where can we listen to your music after here?
Okay, so on all the digital platforms how do you call it? Boomplay, Apple Music, all those ones. I have them there, and then it's on YouTube as well. So you could get it from there.
And then what are we searching for when we're going on these social media?
Vonsinu. Vonsinu. Vonsinu.
All right. Well, we wish you well. You sounded amazing, and so I hope that the industry embraces you and that you move from grace to grace.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to.
Thank you. All right, so that's Vonsinu for you. You can check her out across all social media platforms and listen to her music as well. We'll be right back after this. We have more interesting conversations for you. Don't go away.
So much love in the air. What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us for this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here. Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela. Kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze. Sekunjalo.
You're welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Eno Safo. Right now it's time for a segment from our correspondents, and we're going straight to the Ashanti region where we're talking about Bohon. So residents there have been complaining that the quarry site there is destroying their homes and their livelihoods. Let's take a watch.
The Bohon community hosts 5 active quarry sites engaged in regular blasting and stone extraction. The sound of learning in some schools is now being drowned out by the rumble of explosives. What was meant to support infrastructure development is now tearing through the daily lives of residents with devastating consequences. Edward Akanzo Ese, headmaster of Great Peace and Love International School, says the activities are seriously disrupting academic work.
During the contact hours, they give us a signal that they are going to have a blasting. So the school must cease at that moment. Whether it's 1 o'clock, whether it's 2 o'clock, they can just give us any time that they wanted to have their blasting. And this is actually creating a problem for the schools here. Not only Peace and Love alone, but the most schools that are around here, they usually close before time. And it's affecting the academic performance of the schools.
In April this year, a young man was struck by a flying rock during one of the blasts. His arm was permanently disfigured. The tremors extend beyond the classroom. Several homes in Bohon are showing visible cracks with shattered windows and damaged rooftops. The Chidomhene of Nkukwa Bohon, Nana Buadu Ayeboafo, says land disputes, especially over areas occupied by quarry operators, have made it difficult for local authorities to intervene.
Quarry operators no and work out so the grass as no a mansion that's so see and come mansion 7 year you know the be hang so I don't say baby o tum for ya 7 baby a hang intimate can we enti and also my so ye ho kire enti wo ni nyansa kro because just we kwase.
Evans Kusi, the assembly member for the Nkukwa Bohon electoral area, says if no action is taken to address the quarrying activities in the community, they will be forced to take the law into their own hands.
It will come to a time where we will have to take the law into our own hands, because the way my people are suffering over here, whenever there's a blast, their debris will fly all over from the quarry site to the community. Meanwhile, they are operating within a 500-meter buffer zone. And because they are not using a modern way of blasting, you see their debris coming all over from the site, causing a lot of damages.
Meanwhile, the district chief executive, Pearl Ankra, has pledged to take action. She says a stakeholder meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 11, 2025 to address the concerns.
We are yet to meet the quarry operators. We've scheduled for stakeholder meeting, that is on Wednesday. All the operators in the municipality are meeting in my office. We're going to discuss it. After all, we are going to meet with the Minerals Commission, because I know that if you are going to do any blasting, you need 48-hour notice. So Minerals Commission will come in and ensure that you do an appropriate blasting.
For residents of Bohon, the quarry intended to facelift the community has now instead become a ticking time bomb, with every blast striking fear into the hearts of many. For Channel 1 News, I am Bright Tieboa.
Right, so let's go to the Ashanti region. Our Middle Belt Bureau Chief, Hafiz Tijani, joins us via Zoom to tell us more on this story. Hafiz, you filed a similar story before. I want to know, is it not the buildings that have gotten close to the quarry sites? TJ?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so that has been the long-standing issue between the inhabitants, the inhabitants of the affected communities and the quarry companies. So the quarry companies are saying that they came before, or the quarry was there before the residents, and the residents are also saying that they had occupied their places before the quarry even came. So in the previous incidents where you have the residents fighting the quarry companies, so the assembly will intervene, and some of the areas, when you go to some of these areas, some of these houses in the affected communities are located close to the buffer zones of the quarry. So the assembly will come and then mark these places for demolition, but the bone of contention is that the residents are also fighting claims that they are close to the quarry site and they are not supposed to be there. They have always insisted that the assembly comes around, take property rights from them, and also, if the assembly knew that they were not supposed to build there, why did the assembly issue permits? Why did the assembly issue permits to them to build in these communities? So this has been a long-standing issue between the communities, the affected communities, and also the quarry companies. So the quarry companies want to own the place. The residents also are owning the place because the assembly has given them permits. The traditional authorities there have also sold the lands to them. But these are some of the communities, or some of the affected communities' houses are located very close to the buffer zone. So sometime in 2023, the then Ashanti Regional Minister, Simon Osei-Mensah, collaborated with RECSEC to ensure that people who lived close to the buffer zones are evicted and relocated from the place, because this has been a recurring incident. The blasting is happening, and you have flying rocks affecting, damaging buildings and injuring people. And the RECSEC was only taking steps to ensure that some of these incidences were curtailed. But you find residents, people even putting structures, even as we speak. New structures are springing up close to these buffer zones. And this has been the issue the quarry company, the assembly, and also the traditional authorities and the residents themselves are grappling with. So we are talking about over 20 communities within the Epeja Kwabre South. And some of the affected communities are Apeja, More, Sasa, Bomso, Kodie, Bonhu itself, and then Krobo, Himan, and Intri Bonhu. So the name Bonhu means stone or rock. So that's why, because of the activity of the quarry in this area, that is why you are having the name of this community named after the activities. And when you go there, it's evident. You see the buffer zones, residents just staying or living close to the buffer zones. They have been surrounded by the quarry, and the quarry companies are also located within the communities.
Interesting.
This incident happened.
Yeah, so if I get you clearly, then it means that this quarry has been there for a very long time.
Very long time, Mr. Duncan. Very long time.
Interesting.
Very long time.
The EPA, so we know that the former EPA boss, is from the region. What's been the level of engagement with the EPA to, address some of these concerns residents are facing, particularly on issues around the noise and pollution? Because we know that it's the EPA's mandate to, check some of these things so as it doesn't become, a problem to society. What's been the level of engagement, particularly with the EPA, if any?
So over the years, it has been at the local level. So when some of these incidents happen, the assembly comes in, the traditional authorities come in, and they try to solve the matter at the local level. We've not had an escalation of the matter getting to the national level. Even with that, the EPA within the region comes in, then there has been some form of engagement and some talks between the affected communities and the quarry companies and the assembly. We've not had some of these issues escalating to that point. So in 2023, when the residents protested against the activities of these companies, we had the assembly stepping in. So when the assembly could not handle the matter, then the Regional Coordinating Council and also the Regional Security Council, led by the then Regional Minister, came in to try and resolve the matter. And even after that incident, we did not see some kind of major incident moving from 2023. But in 2024, we had an incident where the blast happened. The residents were claiming that the quarry company had not informed them. Usually, the quarry companies would say that they give them prior notice ahead of the
blast. Yeah.
Yes, and this incident that happened that had the people losing their their gadgets, in their homes. They had some of their roof damage and all that.
I'm seeing the story you're referring to, right? So it was on November 26th, 2024.
2024, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the headline was quarry blast damages over 20 homes in Buonhu. Residents demand action.
Action. Exactly.
That's over 7 months ago plus. Do you know if compensation for these victims, has been given out to them?
Okay, so when we went to the community that day, we engaged with the quarry company. So this was CAS Quarry Company Limited, just located on the main Kumasi Offensive Road when you are going to Buonhu. So we had officials from the assembly and officials from the quarry company. They had gone round to try and then repair the damaged buildings for the residents. They went there to also, even the residents themselves, even when we got there, they carried their television, their fridges, and other gadgets that got damaged due to the blast. They carried them to the quarry company and then put them or dump them at the main entrance of the manager's office. So this told you how serious this matter was. So the company had to say that yes, they had taken the pain to at least compensate them by repairing some of the damaged buildings. So they brought in their carpenters to do the estimation, and those who also had their fridges and also their television sets damaged and air conditioners damaged, the company had taken that upon themselves to either give cash to them or tell them to go and then get them repaired. Then they bring the bill to them, then they pay. Or they had some people they had contracted to do this work for them. That was resolved. But the residents are afraid of the future, not that something will happen, then the company comes into play. They want a permanent solution resolved, and this has not been found. That is why we keep getting some of these incidents happening.
Hafiz, let me ask you, you are obviously not a safety officer, but we are told that when some of these explosions happen, there's supposed to be a buffer zone within an area of 1 kilometer, right, stretch that should be observed so as to prevent some of these things that we are discussing. So, for example, the blast coming into people's homes, the health implications, the noise pollution, and all of that. From covering this, you've been following this story quite keenly too. Do you get the impression that this buffer zone is being respected and that the quarry company, adheres to some of these safety precautions in their operation?
So, Mr. Duncan, at the studio where you sit and the newsroom, that is the distance between some of the quarry companies and
you don't mean it.
Wow.
This houses.
You don't mean it. That is like a 200-meter walk or less.
Yes.
Probably way less. Yeah.
That is the situation. That is the situation when you move to these areas.
So clearly, the buffer zone precaution is not being adhered to.
It's not. It's
not.
But
that should call from some action from the local assembly.
That is a very clear picture I've painted to you.
Interesting.
Hafiz, you mentioned that
very close.
There were some of the homes that were, marked for demolition, and I'm sure years down the line, those buildings still stand. Can you paint a picture of
that is because that is because the residents are also claiming that if they are not supposed to build there, if these buildings are unauthorized, why is it that the assembly comes to take property tax, and even before putting up these structures, the assembly has gone ahead to give them permits to build. That is the defense the residents, the affected residents, are putting.
So the stakeholder meeting that the DC is calling for, I'm hoping that it will address all of these concerns that the residents are raising. Because the traditional authorities then are to blame. The district, office is also the assembly is also to be blamed, and all the other stakeholders involved are also to be blamed for, selling the land and approving the permits for the construction of these buildings in these areas.
Exactly, and even as we speak, new buildings are springing up, and the current DC for the area, I don't know if she's able to provide a permanent solution, because other district chief executives have come, they have tried their best to resolve this matter, even getting the support from RECSEC, but that is not working. It's not so easy for the assembly or the regional coordinating council to go in there and pull down these buildings, because these are areas people have lived for their lives. They have stayed there. People have resettled there, giving birth to their children. The children are now grown, and it's not so easy to go there and then pull down these buildings. Though the markings have been done, and you see some of the markings is over 3 years, and no one has come in to pull down the building because of the resistance, the continuous resistance they face from the residents, who say that no, the quarry company has come to meet them there, but the quarry companies are also saying that they are occupying areas close to the buffer zones, and this has been the kind of misunderstanding or disagreement between the affected inhabitants in these communities and also the quarry companies.
Interesting. I wanted to ask you about the question, based on a research, I beg your pardon, that was conducted. I'm trying to pull out the people behind this research, but clearly it states, or it revealed, that quite a number of people, about 17% of people within the area, responded to having some form of hearing ailment due to the noise pollution there. About 50% of residents in the area also complained that the noise affects, their sleep cycle and all of that. Have you been able to engage some residents there, and have they opened up to you about the health implications, of this activity, to them?
Not only that, but also the dust. They also complain about the dust when these blasts happen. So you see that even the houses, not talking about the damage to their ear or the noise pollution there. These are very basic.
Yeah. So let me just mention the title of this research, right? So environmental noise implications of quarrying at Buonho Township and surrounding communities, by Banaman SD, Osei EM Junior, Duka AA, and Yevuga LL. Materials Engineering Department, College of Engineering, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Ghana, and so these are the researchers behind this work. And it goes on to state that 50% of residents experience noise-related ailments. So it's not even like they are complaining about it, but they experience noise-related ailments, and about 17% always do experience it. So that's quite staggering. And I'm not really sure the Ghana Health Service is looking on this particular statistic and not following up with some health recommendations. But we were talking about the dust as well.
Yes.
Go on to throw more light on that for us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying that the problem goes beyond even with the hearing issues and also the noise pollution. So these are basic issues where you go, residents will tell you, apart from the damage, they say that the experience affect their buildings. These are basic issues. People are complaining. I spoke to a woman, one of the affected residents. She told me that one of her boys had this issue. Though we didn't meet the boy when we went to the place, because the boy had gone to school. And these are issues other people affected residents are raising. So when you go to communities like in Tribonho, you go to the Sasa areas, you go to the Kodia areas, these are the issues that are coming. So this research it really highlights the kind of issues the people are facing. And even beyond some of these incidents or some of these issues, the residents are also complaining about the dust and, you know, the kind of respiratory effects it brings to them. One of the women that I spoke to, whose building was affected, she told me she has asthma. She's an asthmatic patient, and when the dust becomes so unbearable for her, she has to either go to her friend's place in another area to live for some time. Then when the issue goes down, then she comes back and lives. But because they have built their home at the place, it's difficult for them just moving to another area to resettle, and that's the issue they face.
Mr. Hafiz Tijani.
TJ, by the way, we are still waiting for our salami.
It's been over a week.
Oh, hey, no, you don't have a,
no,
you don't have a problem.
Hafiz, you can't tell us the story.
So,
you know, we are waiting for our salami.
You can't tell us the story.
Can pick it up. Did I call Zaid?
Yes, call
Zaid or Rashford.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call him. I'll call him and then give. I'll send it via VIP so that you can pick it up for you guys.
Right. Thank you, Happy. Thank
always
you so
a
much.
pleasure. Thank
always
you
a pleasure
so much.
To you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
you know, in October this year, right, there was a similar incident all the way on the Kasua Botiano stretch, if not Nyanyano. And I quite recall I went to cover that one. It was a construction company, so that's not like a normal quarry site. They were doing construction, they are fixing the road, and it's something that happens. Now, what happened was that the company, the name escaped me, did the dynamite blasting unannounced. So usually they'll go around with like a siren telling people that, you know, close your shops, leave, because you're coming to blast everything, right? And people actually adhere to it. People leave their homes for the period. Now, what happened was that this company went ahead to do the blasting without telling the people, and it was deadly. I think one person lost their life. There was also serious injuries, you know, and I went there to see for myself. So, like, I got the picture. The whole place was filled with dust. You know, people's shops had completely been razed down. People's cars, windscreen damage. I'm like, you know, it couldn't have been proper. So, whilst we discuss some of these things, there are state officials who are being paid to look at these things, right? So you can't be sitting in an EPA office and these things are happening and nobody is paying attention to it.
My mind is that, you know, there's always a buffer zone regardless, but yet we still find some way to, you know. The
Kaswa one, there's no buffer because the road is literally, it's a road they are constructing, you know, so that one, they have to tell people to go. But I think they were quite reckless because they didn't announce that they were going to do their blasting.
Right.
You know, so that for me was quite wrong. And thankfully, I think they went to settle it. But people lost their lives. People had to have surgeries and stuff like that.
Let's hope that we take things, you know, into account in this country and do better.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with health. Don't go away.
AgriFair 2025 is almost here. The much anticipated AgriFair 2025 is just around the corner, happening from the 20th to the 22nd of June at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Get ready for a fun, educative, and exciting experience as we bring together the very best in agriculture, food, innovation, and entertainment all in one place. Exhibitors, if you have registered, it's time to pay and secure your spot before it's it's too late. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your product to thousands of attendees. Call 0205 973 973 now to make your payment and lock in your space at Ghana's biggest agri event. Come and enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices and treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Don't miss this. See you there. The AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 CDFM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, and Twillium Ghana Limited. Our technology partner is Farmerline.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze. Sekunjalo.
This June, the business wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The City Business Festival 2025 on City FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business fora, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on City FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business.
The City Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zondertech Ghana Limited.
You're welcome back to Sunday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV with me, Eno Safo. We're talking about men's mental health on our health segment today, and it's a topic that I think it's very dear to us women because most men don't talk about their emotions enough. And joining me to do this discussion is our very own Dr. Annie Gazy, an addictive behavior specialist with a psychology background. Hi, Doc.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
Doc, when we say it's good to see you too. It's been a while, but we're glad to have you join us today.
No.
So when we talk about men's mental health, it's a topic that we don't hear enough, and we know that a lot of men don't, normally show emotions. So
that's right.
Yes, in general, what's mental health, and then let's zone into it being specifically talking about men's mental health.
Yes, so I'll just say that in brief, that anything or any situation or any condition that takes one from what we call normality or expected to behave in certain ways where we behave out of the norm. Say, for instance, somebody might even say, if somebody is in depression, the expected behavior of this person coping with everyday life, they are not able to, maybe they are sleeping throughout or having sleep deprivation. They are not eating or overeating. They are crying all the time. They are not functioning at work or functioning at school or functioning in their family. So many things are not going as they are supposed to go. So we have various forms, obviously. Somebody going through anxiety, going through depression, schizophrenia. So we have different, what should I say, various mental health conditions that we do have. Just like a medical doctor would have various diagnoses or various physical health, we do have different areas of mental health. And the basics are some of the ones that I've just said. If somebody is just going through difficult situations, affecting them at, should I say, the brain level, that really makes it very difficult for them to function on a daily basis or get on with their lives. Yeah.
Would you say that societal expectations of men force them to suppress their emotions, and so they're more likely to face depression and all other types of mental health?
I would definitely say that, because our society, our culture, our traditions put men in a box. And when I say in a box, somebody would say, why are you saying that? Men have power, men are the head of the family and everything. And because of these things, like we have something we say, men don't cry. And men are not supposed to show their emotions, to the extent that even when you have boys at home, they are not allowed to express how they feel. And when men are in relationships as well, it's very common within, should I say, Black men or African men, where our culture is such that, they are not supposed to cry. They're not supposed to show their emotions. They're supposed to show this machoism of, I'm okay. And I think that has caused a lot of damage, because I'll say personally, sometimes I struggle, maybe because I've not been in the country for a long time. I've just come back. I just say how you feel, or it's okay for you to cry too. It's okay for you to actually say how you feel, or, express how you feel, instead of, oh, it's okay. Or maybe it's Valentine's Day and a man will say, why should I hug my partner, or why should I do ABC? The same way with bereavement, you can see a man who is very close or was very close to their parents or their friend or whatever, and they've lost a person, or someone is very ill, and they keep it all in. And what tends to happen is, when you suppress these feelings, you take it out somewhere. So you can take it out on your family, you can take it out at work, it can affect your work, it can affect your emotions, and it can also lead to physical health problems. And it's very common with men. It's something that we don't talk about. And sometimes when you talk, it's getting a bit better now. People have realized that actually we are creating more awareness around that. So it's getting better, especially in our country. But we need to talk about it more, because it's still ongoing. We're catching on, but it's still ongoing, where men are not allowed to show or express their feelings or talk about their mental health, especially when they are going through stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that, you did ask me that question, but it's led to lots of suicidal, lots of young men are committing suicide or taking overdoses, because they are not able to express how they feel. And they tend to see it as a weakness in our society. Oh, look at him. He's even saying that he can't cope, or he's struggling, or he needs 2 days off because he's not coping. He's so weak. I think vulnerability is a beautiful thing, to be able to express that side of you, that, show your emotions, that actually I care. Actually, this is affecting me. I'm burning out. The workload is too much. Responsibilities at home. My baby is not making me sleep. Things are not going well. Finances is affecting me. It's okay to express that. You don't have to suppress it, because somehow it will come out. And when it does, it's really bad.
Yeah. So I think today we're challenging the negative perceptions of masculinity. And I love that. There's this social media trend going on where, men will call each other their friends, and they'll tell them, good night, I just wanted to tell you I love you. And it's so hilarious, the kind of answers. Hey, my friend, are you okay? Why are you telling me that you love me? Like, what nonsense is that? It's very interesting seeing that. It's very, very interesting. But how do we support, men, and how do we change that negative impression that it's terrible for a man to show his emotions, or to tell people how he feels, or to cry even?
I think one of the things, what you're doing today and the program is it's one of the biggest channels, because you've got a very big platform saying that this is okay. It's okay for people to cry, men to cry. It's okay. And we have the upcoming Father's Day,
Yeah.
for women or children or society. And I think that we've come a long way. So it's not just about, oh, if you're a father, we celebrate you. We in recent times, it's good to honor not just the role of the father, but actually the human experience of being a man today. Teaching the young ones. We have to even start with the young ones for them to parents and society to show them that, maybe once upon a time you weren't allowed, or I wasn't allowed to express how I felt, or I couldn't even go to my parents to tell them, actually, I'm not having a good day, or go to my teacher because I'm a boy. But I don't want that for my children. I don't want that for my sons. And also teachers to teach in the classroom that it's okay if you're struggling as a boy, or maybe somebody is calling you names or labeling you or whatever. It's okay for you to come to the teacher and just say it. So we, should I say, the adults of the society need to go out whatever platform you have. That's why I mentioned teachers. I mentioned, broadcasters. I mentioned parents. So wherever people are, we have to use our platform, to just say it's okay being a boy. Even if in the neighborhood, you can even say to the boys, if you see a boy going through a challenge, you need to be able to say, actually, it's okay for you to say you're being bullied. It's okay for you to say how you feel. Don't keep it, because it'd be good if we teach mental health in schools, actually. Mental well-being, how to look after yourself and how to stand up for yourself, and how to also come out if you're really struggling. I think it's something that would be good. They don't have to write an exam on it, but it would be good if we add it, to our syllabus, to actually let children or young people understand how to look after their well-being, especially boys, because they are growing to be men. So gradually the society will change. As we can see that the youth of Ghana today, I'm sorry to say, I'm not the youth of Ghana maybe a few years ago or 2-3 years ago. They're changing, they're understanding things better. They're changing, everything, the narrative. So why don't we instill in them about people, boys or men, looking after their mental well-being as well?
Right. Let's talk about the importance of social support. What kind of social support system should someone or men have around them in order to be able to admit that first I feel depressed, or I have a mental health challenge, and I need the support system to help me get back on my feet?
Right. So I think that one of them, you've talked about this trending thing going on with men talking to each other and sending them thumbs up and all of that. So something like what we had also in the COVID system, where we had the buddy system. So a group of friends who really care about each other, and using, let's say, our WhatsApp platforms, our Facebook, whatever, social media platforms, to say, you know what, I haven't heard from you, or yesterday when I saw you, you didn't look great. Is anything going on? Can we chat, or can we go for a drink? And through that, you can have a chat. Also, workplace, organizing. At the moment, I'm doing loads, and I even went to Western Region and that, and I was doing lots of programs around that. How people can look after themselves, how people can come together. So teaching the community how to really look after one another, and ensuring that, organizations, so starting from organizational level, do they have organizational psychologists or somebody, the HR level, where they organize activities like team bonding, team dynamics, where people get to know and understand themselves. And also through events like that, you can see that people are struggling. Now, again, within organizations, I think that leaders should use supervisions, management supervisions. Is everything okay at home? Is there anything we can support you in? And not bring these issues into everyday life, or their work. That, oh yeah, yesterday you told me this, so I think that's the reason you're not performing, or that's the reason this is happening. I'll go to our religious bodies as well, because I think that now religion is very, very big in our country, in society. So I think that the leaders within our religious bodies can also support the individuals within there with that, because the thing is, people are also scared. If I go to tell Joe Bloggs my problem, where would it end? So it's about us being able to build that sort of confidence and trust in people around us. I'll say family members as well, having that social network of, I have a family, or I have somebody in the family, I have somebody at work, I have somebody maybe in church or whatever religion that you belong to. maybe having all these people have Keep Fit Club and all these societies in the community, that associations, people that you can really support. It's important not to somebody's word, or once upon a time said, man is not an island, so you're not an island, you're not on your own, you don't live in this world on your own. So it's important that we acknowledge that. And I think one of the things that I noticed about our society so much is we're not good with compliments. We're not good with saying,
that's
especially
very true.
Yeah, we're not good with, even for some men struggle to say please or thank you because they think it's a weakness.
Yeah.
But it's actually a strength. I respect men, or a man who will come to me and say, oh, thank you, Annie, for this, or thank you for coming early, or I appreciate the fact that you apologize for not coming early, or, things like that. But some even won't say sorry. I've come across lots of Ghanaian men, and, I'm not afraid to say it on air.
Yeah.
They won't say sorry, and they won't say thank you, and they won't. And, I'm not saying this because one of the things I keep saying this is I like your channel, because even after a program, I get a host, I get the producers calling to say thank you. Really and truly, there's channels who won't do that. And it's like, okay, I brought you to my channel. No, you've got somebody who's taking time out to do this. And I'm saying this because little things that people don't realize, that it goes a long way. So when you need that person the next time, or when you go to somebody the next time, whatever they're doing, they would remember the respect you gave them. But that's something, especially is common with Ghanaian men.
Yeah.
And it's inbuilt. It's like it's ongoing, historical. And I think we need to look at that. And we travel with it. It's not just in Ghana. We travel with it. When you meet, excuse my language and pardon me, a typical Ghanaian man, they feel so entitled. They feel that, and somebody like myself, and I'm sure lots of people, because people, my friends, and that, we can't tolerate that. We don't stand that. So we will say, I don't like being with these people. And these are some of the things that we have to learn. And when they meet such women as well, they'll say, oh, they are obnoxious. They are so proud. It's not that. It's your language. It's not what you say. It's how you say it, how you present yourself, how much respect you give to other people. It's very important. So we need to learn that society has changed. Society is not like once upon a time, people are in the background, especially women are in the background and men are. These days, we say most of the things that men do, women can do. So it's about really understanding that we need to look at, okay, my upbringing was this way. Is it really fitting in the society? Is it really right to do it this way? What have I learned from everyday life? The life is changing. What it was in the 90s, or 70s or 60s, or today's society is not like that. A young person can stand in front of you, not be abusive, but say, actually, I understand this and I think this is not right. And I'm sure there are lots of parents and teachers watching who actually believe me that a child can walk to a teacher and say this is not right or whatever. So it's about, we need to communicate. We need to really learn to communicate. That's the big thing, that we need to communicate. I remember somebody saying to me that, oh, you know what, I went to see my doctor. I can't believe what he said. He said, I'm the doctor, you're the patient, you can't tell me what to do.
Oh, no.
And again, it was a male doctor. And I'm saying, yes, you are the doctor, but it doesn't mean these days you need to just Google and you get information.
Right.
So if the person has come to you, you're the expert. But so right now, if you say to me, if you say, oh, Dr. Gazy, what you said, I read this about this, but it's not right, whatever, I would agree with you and say, oh, maybe I need to go and read. But sometimes we have that in our males, they struggle with the fact that basically, when you get me started, I don't stop.
Dr. Gazy, talk to us about when should we know, when should a man know that I've tried everything, it's now time to seek professional help. It's now time to look for a therapist to help me out with how I'm feeling, so that I can sort out my feelings and be present for my family and for my friends.
Yeah, right. That's a good one. As a man, if let's say you're in a relationship or you're married and you realize that maybe lots of argument, you tend not to understand each other all the time. I would say that, I'm not saying that it's the man's fault or whoever's fault. You need to sit back and ask yourself some of these things, that I'm being, let's say, accused of. Maybe I need to change, or is there anybody I can talk to just find out whether am I right or is the other person wrong? And sometimes you don't have to be right all the time. Also, if you feel that, you see that you're working, but you're struggling with your work, the same work that maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, you just go to work and you can get your work done within the hours, your working hours. You come and it's piled up on your desk. Your emails, you're struggling to, finish going through your emails or responding to your emails. You go to meetings and you feel a bit blank. You go to bed, you can't sleep. Or sometimes waking up is difficult.
Yeah.
You're really struggling. So your everyday life, you feel like there's a struggle. There's no harm in talking to somebody. That's the time where you feel, you know what, maybe let me just do something about it before it gets out of hand. Let me not wait until it gets to a situation where it's impossible to manage. So when you see changes in your life, that's why some people have therapists in their life all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. They have an agreement. So if they are not sure what is going on, they can always call and say, can I have one session, or can I just have a consultation, not session or anything? Can I just have a chat?
Right.
And I have lots of people like that. So when you see this, or when people are actually telling you, so it could be your partner, your parents, or people around you, your colleagues saying something is not right, then, straight away, forget about stigma or all that, and then try and then seek help, or just somebody to talk to.
We live in a society where the men won't even reach out when they need that kind of help. So it's going to be a little difficult.
Yes. But gradually we will get there. Gradually we will. If I look at now and about 3-4 years ago, the difference is massive. Before you even talk about men, you won't even talk about, people would even switch off their TV just listening to, what do you mean by mental health and men and this and that? This to them is a waste of time. It's like you have to man up. You can't sit here and say, oh, you have problems. That's something that was not acceptable. But these days people sit and they listen and they believe that something is just not right. Something is not right with our system or our society, and we need to do something about it. So we're moving forward, slow, but I think steady. We're getting there.
Doc, you know how women prioritize self-care? Sometimes we'll take ourselves out, go do our nails or go do our hair or something just so that we can de-stress. Men think that, we're doing too much or we're wasting money. But I'm sure that there's some self-care tips that they probably can take up to, de-stress themselves.
What women do, men can also do. Just like I said, what men do. Listen, I've seen some men that even surprised me. The other day I was talking to somebody who says, you know what, Doc, I have to delay my session today because I have to, first I've got my personal trainer coming, then I've got massage. Then I sat there and I opened my mouth about the number of things this man had to do in his week, his static thing. I thought, I don't even do half of that. But, as much as I was surprised, and he said, are you there? Are you still on the phone? I said, I am on the phone. I was so impressed. That's what I'm trying to say, especially being Ghana. Maybe I'm being horrible or being harsh, but I didn't expect that. So some are doing it. But I think the issue with that is also to do with money. Money. I mean, if you've got the money, you'll be able to do certain things. But there are a few things like going for a walk.
Yeah.
Going to the beach won't cost you. All you have to do is get yourself there and then walk and sit and have your picnic bag or whatever and then enjoy yourself. So not everything needs to be about going to this and going to that and pay money to go to a spa and all that. There are some things that you can do to that don't cost. Should I say don't cost anything?
Yeah.
Just taking yourself. It's about planning. I think, and also like you said, some men just feel that that's too girly. No, sit there and let somebody do your nails for you and, just be pampered. A massage around your head and your shoulders and whatnot. It's just a feel-good thing. Yeah. It's a feel-good.
Dr. Gazy, any final words or any tips for the men out there on especially their mental health or, showing emotion in general?
Yeah, what I would say is please use your platforms wisely, especially WhatsApp platforms. Try and advise each other, try and put information that would benefit men that, I just discovered this, I've just discovered and it would help. Let's just meet and do like things that would like we've just talked about. We can meet somewhere. It's not just about drinking, just talk, just have a good laugh. We can go to the beach, we can do activities and that. Also, I would say to every man, society has changed, life is moved on. Don't sit there and say, I'm on my own. I don't like people to know my business. That's not good. Learn to trust at least one person, talk to somebody. And also try, if you're really struggling, try and see a doctor or a therapist or somebody to recommend and refer you somewhere. Don't just be on your own, and develop friendships and relationships where you can communicate. It's very important, because maybe what you're going through, somebody's been through before, and they can advise you what they did. Or sometimes you don't need anybody to tell you what to do. All you need is somebody to listen, and you have that trusted friend or trusted colleague or somebody you can go to. So don't be on your own, and also let's not stigmatize well-being or mental health. And it's real. Mental health is real, and anybody and everybody can have some form of mental health. It's not just in a box for a certain group of people or a certain type of people. So I'm a promoter of men's mental health. And I think we need to, and if you're a male out there, please organize events that you can invite specialists and people to come and talk and do well-being sessions.
Dr. Annie Gazy, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Eno. Thank you.
All right. So that's our health segment for you, men's mental health. Make meaningful relationships. Talk about your emotions. Don't bottle it up. Let it out there. Let it out there. All right. We'll be right back after this. This is still Sunday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV with me, Enu Safo, Andrew Duncan. Don't go away.
This week on the Upside Down Show, join Firma Edunyame and Nana Tufo for a juicy conversation with a man who wears a coat of many colors, Reverend Pajo Makwe. He shares how his music came to him and how he was almost made to quit.
I was going to the studio at that time, and I think at that time my wife had traveled, and there was a song that dropped. So I kept singing the song. So
which song?
The chorus goes like this: Yeshira wo yakoto usuna ukro uyekesi.
Okay.
When we finished that song, we finished that album and everything, one musician just picked it. He's a pastor. He just picked the song, did a video on the song, blew the song like to be his own.
Also featuring is a fine artist whose work will leave you in awe, Fauzia Filej. So, make a date with us on Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boko has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yende, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in us. You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. We'll move straight into our nutrition segment. The big conversation today, we are looking at, gas complications and also constipation in babies. This follows a series of conversations around nutrition for babies and toddlers. Last week, we looked at some foods you can give your babies. Our guest was very gracious to bring in studio, different kinds of foods and, how to mix them, all of that, the nutritional value in them, all of these very important conversations. So today's constipation in toddlers, gas, all of those and more. As always, it's always a privilege to have in studio Efua Desua Insianomanyo, who is a medical caterer or runs a medical catering service, and also the CEO, Papa of Desua Consult. She'll be telling us more about the services they run later on the show. Enna,
yes.
Good morning and welcome to Sunday Breakfast. I think we got quite a number of really useful messages from last week and the week prior. People were really grateful for the conversations we're having on babies. I think Ghanaians, they like, Ghanaians like doing it. They are giving birth. Because I check our birth rate numbers, right? And it looks like it's always so obviously. And people had some questions around the use of gripe water.
Yeah.
Maybe just 30 seconds. Just talk about it for us, what it does for our babies, the health benefits. Then we zoom into our big conversation we have today.
Yeah. So we can even connect the two because mothers often use the gripe water when baby has issues with gas movements, okay? When babies are bloated, they have upsets in their tummy. The quick one is to use gripe water, but as I always say, you have to use gripe water by doctor's recommendation. You don't decide on your own. The techniques I am coming to show today is a home remedy you can give your baby before you run to gripe water. Okay, so gripe water, yes, works. It helps the baby relieve herself from the pain from gas, but it should be a second option under doctor's instruction. Okay, so that is that about gripe water. Today we are talking about how to manage constipation and bloating during complementary foods, because baby is now learning how to eat other foods. The body is also trying to learn how to digest the food, and constipation sets in when certain foods are not handled well, when baby is not well hydrated, when baby is not physically active. Apart from that, some constipation and bloating could be medical condition. Okay, so when your doctor has ruled out any underlying medical condition, then we do nutrition and massage. Okay, so how would you even notice your baby is constipated, especially when you are feeding more than necessary? Last week we learned that during complementary feed, and still we are focusing below 1 year, the breast milk or baby formula is still a major source of nutrient for the baby. It's the baby's main food still. Other foods like the rice, the porridges, the soups are supposed to complement the milk. So normally when we are given more heavy food, let me put it that way, like the baby gets up and is given a whole bottle of rice porridge, and probably baby eats so well, so we are given a whole bottle of the rice porridge in a puree form. This food is dense with the rice, and rice is binding. Okay, so after a while you could see that in the course of the day, baby might not be able to pass the stool she's supposed to because the rice is binding with a lot of the fluids in the system, okay? In the case where you are even not giving more water, that makes it worse, okay? So last week we learned that baby taking 3 or 4 tablespoons of the rice pudding is enough. So we don't force the baby, and as Ghanaians, we like forcing our babies to finish a bowl.
Yeah, that's so true.
So when baby is even full, because he's eating by force, he's being forced to finish the bowl, which might be too much for him, okay? So ends up constipating. Sometimes also, typically for Ghanaians, we know we have to give lunch, we have to give the baby food early morning, that is a breakfast, then we do the lunch, then we do the supper. When we have given a bowl of breakfast, we forget to even hydrate. Babies are supposed to take a snack before the lunch. In fact, 2 snacks before the lunch. So after giving the bowl of the breakfast, we are supposed to give the water after 30 minutes. And after 2 hours, give the milk, okay? That is a bottle of milk before we go to the main meal again, and it goes on like that till we finish. Babies between 0 to 2 years are supposed to feed around the 12-hour clock. Okay. So when we haven't hydrated well, the baby will also constipate. When the food is not rich in fiber, baby will constipate. So when we are given sugary stuff, processed stuff, processed foods on the shelf, when that is the routine, baby
will also constipate.
constipate.
I know for adults, and I don't know the science behind it, maybe you would help us. They say when you drink a lot of these, soda carbonated drinks, you stand at a very high chance of like having this gas in your tummy, like we say, and also bread.
Yes.
They say when you eat bread, you constipate a lot.
Yes.
Is it also same for children when they eat the high fiber foods?
Yes. So when babies are given bread, I would always say, even the first 1 year, okay, so for the first 6 months, no food. From 6 months to 1 year, don't introduce bread. Okay, let's do wholemeal. Bread is a processed food, flour, margarine, all that. Let's leave that aside and give the baby nutritious meals. Okay, so putting the bread in the milk and making it a pudding or a puree for the baby, it's not so healthy. Okay, so definitely baby will constipate. So there is indication that babies who are given bread easily constipate. Observing the body of your child is also very important, like I always say. So there are babies, when you give them rice, they will constipate. When you give them banana, too much banana will help baby constipate. Okay, so you take out banana and introduce apple. Okay.
We know I'm sorry I'm using, I don't remember constipating as a baby, so I can't speak from that experience.
Yes.
But we know for adults, right,
Yes.
or persons relatively older, the symptoms or the signs that they are constipated. Is it same for babies?
It's same for babies. So you can have a baby when she's trying to pass a stool, will be crying. And when it finally comes, it's hard, purpose. It comes in pieces, okay? That is severe constipation. Some might push a little under so much distress. So when you see baby crying and whilst trying to poo, you see that your baby is constipating. When you also notice that baby has discomforts, he has big stomach,
a bloated stomach,
bloated and hard. You could see baby is dealing with gas. Okay, that one, we are quick to give the gripe water.
Okay.
But when you put baby at the back and then give a massage, there is an I love you technique that starts from the left. Even if you can't remember, just do a gentle. Baby is on the back. Start from the left, go round clockwise. Okay. Use a little oil on your hand so that baby doesn't. You become tender on baby. When you do that early morning whilst you are dressing baby, and do that afternoon as well, you see that baby will. Some of the babies, even whilst you are doing it, they will pass the gas. So give the baby that massage, after which you will help hold his foot, his legs, and as if it's an adult, you might be trying to pull your legs backwards. Your knee to your forehead. Babies cannot get to the forehead, but at least they can get on top of the tummy. When you do that, sometimes also you hear baby trying to pass the gas as well. So helping baby pass gas is easier. And also after feeding, especially when you give a bottle of milk, try and pat the baby at the back, like we do while breastfeeding. After every feed, you are supposed to help baby. You are still giving the breast milk. Okay, so after a baby is done with bottle, don't rush to put the baby down. Love the baby with a tender pattern. Okay, and you see that they will try and bring out any trapped gas. Okay, that will also help baby not keep and feel bloated.
Interesting. Okay. Is it uncommon to see blood in the stool of a baby who is constipated?
Yes, it's uncommon, but it becomes common when you haven't treated. So when you see blood, it often comes when baby is passing the hard one, that tear, the tear on the anus comes. And so when the signs of early constipation is ignored,
then it gets to that level.
It gets to that level. When
it looks like a serious thing to have to deal with, right? Because if you are seeing blood in your poo, that can be
serious. Yes. And unfortunately, sometimes, because we are quick to give some medication, we don't pay attention to baby. You know, raising a baby needs so much tenderness, so much care. So you have to help the baby as soon as you see overformed stool and he trying to push. But when you wait till it gets to the purple stage, they really struggle. They will be crying. They will cry before they pass.
I'll come to at which point in the constipation experience for babies do you have to take them to their pediatrician to look after? Because basically, when do you have to see a doctor when a baby starts constipating? But I want you to talk to us about what we can do. So now the baby is constipating because of some things we did or some foods we fed them. Now, how do we try to undo the process?
So make sure that baby is not given bread. Take bread out. Take bread out.
How about some biscuits?
We have baby biscuits, but they are all flour. We have baby biscuits that you put in their milk, and it becomes a pudding. We all did it when we didn't have enough knowledge. Okay, because you will see that you will do that. Baby will like it. Baby will eat it. It's sweet, but baby will constipate. Okay, it is not good for the body. It is full of flour, it is fully processed. It doesn't have enough fiber. When you want baby to stop constipation, give the baby fiber-rich foods. Okay. Surprisingly, too much fiber for a baby, even for an adult, will also produce gas. So knowing the adequate and giving the right amount of food for the baby is adequate. So when you are giving the morikoko when you are preparing the cocoa, don't remove the chaff, as we call it. Don't remove it. Allow baby to eat the whole maize so that that chaff will help the baby, okay, to pass the soup. Fiber helps with bowel movements, okay. So when you throw away the fiber, it becomes difficult to move the bowels. Then at this stage, baby eats contumely, okay. Even a baby who is still eating the puree, we blend the contumely nicely, add the fish and the yam to it. Sometimes we even add a little cocoa to it to sweeten it, or sweet potato. So when you give small, just a little ripe plantain and more of the vegetables, either contumely or garden eggs. Baby who has issue with gas, we might want to leave out the cabbage, because even some adults react to cabbage. Okay, some adults feel bloated when they take cabbage. So don't blend the cabbage for the baby now when you see that he's prone to gas or bloating. So the contumely is good. The pumpkin is our local food. It's common at the north.
So people think it's a foreign food.
No,
because they use it for Halloween and all of those things.
Yes, it's at the north. I mean, one of my cooks introduced me to how they used to give her pumpkin when she was small. They use it.
Well, you don't mention to us on the show about pumpkin soup.
Yes. Pumpkin soup is very good. So for a baby constipating, we can do pumpkin pudding without bringing yam, okay, because it is rich in carbohydrate and other nutrients as well. So introducing high fiber foods and making sure we are giving the tummy exercise, and also ensuring that baby is well hydrated. Give water and milk. Okay, don't only give the solids. Make
water
sure
and milk.
Water. When they have to take the water, give the water. When they have to take a bottle of milk,
give them milk. Is that to say that dehydration is a major cause of
dehydration, as can be a cause of constipation for adults? Also,
it can be a cause of constipation for babies.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. Wow.
Because you need the fluids to soften it. Okay, so when you are dehydrated, the body doesn't have enough fluids to help with bowel movements.
Wow. Let's come to what I mentioned earlier about. So now you've clearly spelled out what we can do to rectify the situation. But assuming we are doing all of this, or it has gotten to a point where it is very entrenched, I'm referring to the constipation in this baby, at what point should we say, no, I need to get a doctor to look at this baby?
Okay, so after a day or two, when you know that you are giving the massage, you are feeding well, baby is still crying, please run to your doctor. Okay, let the doctor even recommend the type of gripe water you have to give. They will do all the assessments, don't keep a baby at home. You know, for babies, because they cannot communicate verbally, sometimes you don't even know to what extent. But when you have seen all the signs and you have managed it with exercise and nutrition for a day or two and it's not working, by the end of the second day, don't wait for the third day. Go and see the doctor and let the doctor do the assessments and give you a recommendation.
Wow, interesting. So our conversation with Enna before this year, Nomanyo, a registered dietitian and also runs the medical catering, helping us through a conversation on how we can ensure that our babies don't have to go through a very difficult ordeal of constipation. I mean, can't think about it. If you're an adult, you have constipation. Imagine the kind of inconveniences you go through, the difficulties sometimes. You certainly don't want that for your baby. So that is why we are bringing you this very important conversation. And of course, it forms part of a series. You know, our guest has been very gracious to help us through on the right diet and feeding options for our babies and toddlers. And let me come back to this question, right? So you spoke a lot about some of the baby formulas we use, in previous editions. You also spoke about the available options. In fact, you even brought some of these things. Which meals, I know you've spoken about pumpkin today, but aside that, which meals are the best available for babies, who are going through this experience?
Okay, so I need to emphasize that sometimes giving baby high protein can also cause them to constipate.
High protein.
Well. High protein.
So if they're dehydrated, if the protein is high,
yeah,
eating bread.
Yes.
How about cereals and all of those things?
Yes, a lot of cereals.
Most of including them, cornflakes.
Most of them are processed.
Yeah.
There are some children, when you give them cornflakes continuous for 2 days, 3 days, they will constipate. You see, cornflakes for this stage is not even ideal. But some mothers.
Gary is a no-no.
Oh, Gary is the quantity.
Yeah.
But Gary for a complementary feed, sometimes babies do not accept. But some babies also like, especially when they are after 1 year, they will enjoy the Gary for you. Okay. Wow. So we are making sure that for breakfast, we are giving the porridges. Okay. If it is Tom Brown, we are doing them with the whole meal. We are not doing the refined. So we are giving baby porridge. So we go for the maize that has been polished. The one we use for, the one we remove the husk. Some people say that is what is good for baby's first food. No. The whole grain is good for the baby's first food. So all your porridges should be whole grain, okay? No sieving, no removal of the fiber. So that aside, when it comes to lunch, if we are doing the mpoto for the baby, we can do the potatoes, we can do the yam, whatever baby is comfortable with. Again, pay attention to baby's reaction. There are some babies, when you give them yam mpoto, they have issue with gas. Okay, so you can take out the yam from your mpoto and introduce sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, go for the yellow flesh. It has more nutrients than the white. If you don't get the yellow, still use the white so that you get the baby to eat some potatoes with the soup.
How often should we, for example, give our babies some of these, carbohydrates, foods rich in carbohydrates, the yam, the sweet potato, the gari, the banku.
Yes.
In a week, can you just give us the frequency?
So in a day, you are supposed to give not more than 2 times. Not more than 2 times. If baby is able to eat very well, not more than 2 times. Let the third one be fruits.
But you need to assess your baby to know whether they are eating very, very well.
Yes. So like I said last week, we are still doing baby below 1 year. Baby below 1 year, if your baby cannot take more than 3, 4, 5 tablespoons, don't be worried. Baby is okay. When baby has managed to take 3 tablespoons per feed, baby is okay. When that food is dense,
baby under 1.
Baby under 1. Baby after 1. When the baby is able to take 5 and 6 tablespoons, baby is okay. Okay, but given a bowl of about 10 tablespoons, so baby is not able to finish and you think baby is not eating enough, we are overfeeding. Okay, so when we are given the right portion, we don't have to, baby will not struggle with constipation. So let's say we are doing yam mpoto or even banku with ayoyo. So you can blend your ademe and fish, use them for your ayoyo soup, and then blend in the banku. For baby under 1, that is how often they will feed. So for them, that is their banku. Okay. After 9, some of them are able to swallow well. So you can mash the banku small and use it to fetch the ayoyo soup if they are able to swallow. When baby has taken about 5 of that,
it should be okay.
It should be okay. Okay.
And in all of this, you have to consciously guard against the fizzy drinks, soda, and all of that. Whether under one or over one.
Should be out.
Completely.
For good health, fizzy drinks should be out completely.
But I see they have this, I don't want to mention brands, but like the juices,
okay. So the juices.
The one that, some blue.
Yes. Yeah. So the juices, the pure juices, baby is now going to start teething, okay? So if a whole day baby is able to take about 100 ml, that's okay. Don't give a whole bottle of about 200 ml. And some also encourage the babies to eat with the juices. So one pudding or one meal, then you add the juice to it for the baby. No. Okay. Wow. You are giving the baby more sugar, though natural, more sugar. We want the nutrient-dense foods for them. The one that has the fiber. So when you give more juices, baby will constipate.
Interesting.
Because she's lacking the fiber.
Wow. And now helping us through a very important conversation on babies, gas, constipation, feeding and nutrition. Wrapping all of them in a very important conversation for us. And our time is fast spent, but what are we looking at next week?
Next week, we are going to do after 1.
Okay.
I want to emphasize that below 1, cow milk, the milk, the cow milk is a no-no. Okay.
Interesting.
After 1, that is when we do cow milk. So when we say baby is now 6 months, so we are all trying to share. So we pour some of the cow milk on the baby's food. No, baby cannot digest.
The fresh milk. How about what do they call it? The skimmed milk?
No. Babies have their milk. Then that is the formula.
How about cream milk?
No other milk apart from baby formula and breast milk.
Amazing.
And when you pump the breast milk, when you are able to let the baby cells suckle, and when you go to work, you pump it down, you will still flow. Next time, we'll talk about the mother trying to protect trying to shed off baby weight, so it's not trying to eat well to express. So if you are not eating well, sometimes you are not able to produce enough. But when you let the baby suckle enough and you pump enough, you always get the milk. So baby milk and the breast milk is what we are using for the baby even before 2 years. Okay.
Amazing.
So don't bring in cow milk now.
Yeah.
It will help. It will not give baby the enough nutrients for
the development of the baby.
Yes, good development. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, and we are always grateful to have you. I know I say this, but I really mean it, because of the insights you bring and helping us, Some of these we have to pay for it, right? It's free consultation.
Yes.
So that's all time will allow us for our conversation on gas, constipation, babies in nutrients, for our babies. We'll take a quick break. When we are back, that's more on Sunday breakfast. Don't go away.
AgriFair 2025 is almost here. The much anticipated AgriFair 2025 is just around the corner, happening from the 20th to the 22nd of June at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Get ready for a fun, educative, and exciting experience as we bring together the very best in agriculture, food, innovation, and entertainment all in one place. Exhibitors, if you have registered, it's time to pay and secure your spot before it's it's too late. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your products to thousands of attendees. Call 0205 973 973 now to make your payment and lock in your space at Ghana's biggest agri event. Come and enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices and treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Don't miss this. See you there. The AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, and Twillium Ghana Limited. Our technology partner is Farmerline.
This Sunday at 10 a.m., Adoration ignites with a fresh fire. Join Edinam Bright Davis as she hosts the dynamic Reverend Pajo Makwe, a man of power, presence, and pure anointing.
Welcome to Adoration with me, Edinam Bright Davis. It's a time to join us to lift up your hearts and hands in adoration to the King of Kings. This is Reverend Pajo Makwe. Reverend PJ.
Reverend PJ Makwe. Reverend PJ Makwe is an ordained minister of the Lord. I've been in the field for like 40 years, if a little more. And I am with Living Streams Ministries International. I've been the pastor for music for a long time.
Worship, praise, power. Don't just watch it, experience it. Tune in to Adoration this Sunday at 10 a.m. only on Channel 1 TV. Don't miss it.
You're welcome back to Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Eno Safo, and Jude Duncan. Kwaku David has joined us again. I think he's getting used to coming to Sunday Breakfast. And we're talking AgriFair. It's a nice vibe. It's a good feel. Yeah. We like that. We like to hear that. We like to hear that.
You know, last week, Madeleine was here and she promised to bring us kebab. So I don't know why you have not come with the kebab or is waiting for us.
Oh, you see, if somebody makes a promise, I cannot hold brief for the person.
Oh, wow. That was
a promise on their own.
No. She said she was going to engage stakeholders. No, I can play back what she said.
No. Of their own volition, they have made a promise and a commitment, and they must deliver a sign.
Yeah, but she said she was engaging stakeholders.
No, I made a promise about mushrooms.
No, I know.
And I will deliver.
I was coming to that one too.
I will deliver.
So, let's just make it double. So there's kebab and
there are mushrooms.
You have to deliver.
You have to deliver quickly.
But that would be a nice combo for you.
I'm telling you.
Kebab and mushrooms.
Some mushrooms on the side. Healthy and healthy.
It's always a pleasure having you, Kweku. You know.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I saw your documentary too, and I must say, like, well done on a really.
Oh, thank you.
A really thought-provoking.
Thank you.
Also, trying to remind us of.
Yeah.
You know, trying to remind us of a very, very difficult past, and also the need to ensure that we safeguard and ensure the safety protocols so as to not repeat, you know, such again.
Somebody actually reached out to me and asked me that why didn't I blare out the images, you know, and I said to them, you know, I had a conversation with Honorable Okovandapoy before I started the documentary.
Okay.
Initially, that was my mind. I wanted to talk to him as part of the documentary, but he was, you know, like, doesn't really want to be a part of it. But then he explained something He said that over the last 10 years, people have tried over and again to do various kinds of documentaries and always took advantage of the people that suffered. So it inspired me to go in a different direction, that I wasn't going to let the lack or the need or the pain of the people be my inspiration, but rather the retelling of what happened that day. To take us back and say, this is what happened, though. In case you don't remember, because all 25-year-olds were 15 on that day.
It's true, it's 10 years ago, and it's quite symbolic.
All 25-year-olds were 15 on that day.
15-year-olds were 5.
You understand? And 15-years-olds were far away. They were in school.
They were 5-year-olds.
15-years-olds were 5 at the time. Really. So people, I felt that because we also don't have a memorial, it's a monument to their honor and to their memory, we needed something like this.
Amazing.
You know, and yeah.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm
Man
waiting to hear from my daughter.
I hope she doesn't buy you a towel or a...
No, she's not like that.
Okay, that's good.
No, I think I've done pretty well with her. I'm expecting something nice.
That's nice. That's nice. We're talking AgriFair.
Yeah.
And, we've been making so much noise about it here on the weekend breakfast shows. So how's it going? Are we ready?
Well, I can say we're ready. If it was tomorrow, we're good to go.
Oh.
Yeah. We have been having, a lot of people calling, especially those who want to sell and, bring their goods and wares, trying to find out whether that meets the criteria for being part and so on and so forth. Yes, we have quite a lot of people. In fact, without giving specifics, we've crossed the 50-60% mark in terms of capacity already, and Ghanaians are always last minute. So I can imagine within the next 5 days or so, there's going to be an avalanche of people. And so if you're watching and you haven't yet, you do rabbitry, you have snails, you have piggery or whatever, and you're not part of AgriFair, you're almost too late. Please, the number is there to call. Yeah.
0205-973-973, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Last week also on the show, Madeleine talked about the fact that one of our sponsors is going to handle the technology aspect of everything we are going to. Are you able to tell us what they do and what their actual role would be during the fair?
Not specifically, but Farmerline has always been very, very much involved. I think they've also been around for about, if I hazard a guess, about 10 years or so, thereabouts. And they are going to make sure that we are hooked up technologically, and then there are a lot of people who are farmers. They are in the agri space, but lack the technological connection, so be it payment platforms, be it, in the value chain of agriculture, what you tend to find is that a lot of people are doing, I've grown my product.
Right.
It's on the farm. How to get it and get it holistically to the market without losses is anybody's guess. So it's almost like a guessing game. So, okay, I have a middleman will come and pick, how much should I pay him? Okay, also, but you say, so the technological side of knowing the specifics so that nobody's cheated, nobody's disenfranchised along the way, along the value chain and all of that. Farmerline is a great plug in for the various people that are going to be there to make sure that they connect everybody.
And I'm sure that's why we're having a business clinic, so that all
the business clinics, yes, is to teach people how to handle the various aspects of the value chain, but also with, let's say, I can call it low-hanging fruit kind of spaces, like, for example, mushroom growing. All right. I studied mushroom, by the way, growing in biochemistry in 20-something years ago in tech. But mushroom growing, it's not rocket science. It's quite simple and quite easy. And you don't need to stop your day job to do it. you see, because the mushrooms will grow. Everybody has a room that is dark and a little humid in their house. It's a great place to grow mushrooms. To start.
Interesting.
And it doesn't even have to be humid, because you can water your mushrooms every day. Like the last time I was here, I was talking about, if you have a spray bottle, you just water your mushrooms every day.
Yeah, good to go.
You're good to go.
Interesting. Let me put to you this question that I got asked by a friend, on a stroll during my neighborhood, and he said that his mom, obviously has a stall, at Carnation Market, where she sells, farm produce, and wanted to find out whether for the 3 days the mom can abandon her stall, which is just like a table, I believe, at Carnation Market, and bring her goods to the AgriFair to sell. Mind you, she's not necessarily a farmer.
Okay.
She doesn't really grow what she sells by herself, but wanted to find out whether when she buys it from her suppliers, she can bring it to the fair and sell. And I was not really sure, so maybe you could just give us what the...
we have it's a wide range opportunity for different groups of people. So as long as you have something to sell, you're right. So where does she offtake her products? Do you know?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Yeah, because you see, it's really about engaging people that have an off-taking, place. So, for example, maybe you don't, let's say you don't farm the onions, but you off-take directly from the farm, and you have a connection and a relationship with the farm, right? And you can help bring that farm's products to the general public. The idea of AgriFair is to cut all middlemen. Okay, so I'm not sure her tabletop opportunity will necessarily be, something that we want to showcase. But she can then say, look, I have the farm people; they are my people.
Right.
I offtake from them. So why don't I introduce them, and then they can maybe reduce my prices for me when I'm doing business by bringing them the opportunity of taking them to the AgriFair. So that's what I would suggest, that somebody like her should rather connect her source
to the fair.
To the fair.
Because they can bring it in large volumes.
Good.
Because so that was my concern initially.
Yeah.
Like, how much can you sell? Like, do you have like a warehouse where you have a lot of these, produce there? So it's a big fair.
Yeah. So connect it, and then, it's you do me good, I do you good, right? You can even get your prices.
I've been at Channel 1 TV long enough to know that we love to spring surprises. I'm just maybe, I'm sure there's something in the loop. I don't know. But should we expect something? Should we expect someone to pass through? Is there something? Without necessarily mentioning what it is.
Oh, that's what the surprises. There's always surprises. At every event.
If I tell you everything today, or I tell you tomorrow.
I remember that line.
No, I can't give up the scoop, as it were.
But there's something.
There will always,
it is cooking.
There's always something, in the mix. Right? There's always something. So yes, there will be something to expect that we haven't yet necessarily told you about. Yeah.
Talk to us about our sponsors for our very first AgriFair.
Yeah, so AgriFair, look, right now we have a number of sponsors on board, so we're excited about that. We have Agri Impact on. We also have the Development Bank of Ghana, they are on. We have Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and then of course the Ghana Exim Bank is also on board as well. So we're really excited. We're looking forward to anybody else who wants to join. It's not too late. You can still call that same number and join us, get on board and be part of what we're doing at the AgriFair. AgriFair basically seeks to empower Ghanaians to do what we maybe, the politically correct language is import substitution, right? To say that instead of the how many ever millions of tons of rice we import every year, why don't we grow some of it ourselves here and eat what we grow? Instead of the onions that we are importing from Burkina Faso. Why don't we replace that with some of our own our own stuff that's grown here? You know, that's really what AgriFair is about. At the end of the day, the cedi and the dollar have danced their dance. They've settled where they've settled. Let's help them to settle. And, you know, and let's help the economy to stabilize by driving up the production that we have here. And some of these things are, in a certain sense, not that difficult. It's not rocket science, really. You know, I don't know what's. I just feel like there are too many people who are too selfish, you know, and are seeking their own end, as it were. So it's like if Jude grows onions and I grow onions and you grow onions, it's annoying for somebody. So they will do everything to frustrate us from growing our onions so that they can import and be the only people that can sell on the market, right? You know, and have the fattest profits, you see. And that's what we don't want. We're trying to fight that, you know, with this fair. So hopefully a lot of people will see this, jump on it, take advantage of it. Patrons come from everywhere, every part of the country. Come and see what's happening, okay? Right. The clinics will have various institutions there to support and all of that. There are various people doing mushroom farming, snail farming, rabbitry, different things that are very easy to do at home. You know, they will teach you how to grow your crops properly at home in your backyard. You know, can you imagine if you never had to buy tomatoes again because you grow tomatoes round the year, all year round, literally at home. Okay, simple technology, you can do it. You see, you don't need a huge greenhouse to make that happen. You can literally grow tomatoes in a small few yards in your house by yourself, and you're good to go.
9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
Yeah.
Oof, is that not too much?
No, it's not. Because you see,
3 days old.
The thing about AgriFair is, have you not noticed how by the time we are done with our events, people are always asking for more?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're like, okay, let's take things up a notch. Okay. We've always done 2 days for most of our events. Anything that's extended is 2 days. That's it, right? Yeah. This time around, we said 3 days. We'll start on Friday because for a number of people, Friday is already the beginning of the weekend. Yeah. You know, so let's start on Friday. We'll do all day. We'll do Saturday when the weekend really starts. Then we still have one more day because you see, again, it's a kind of fair where you want people to have the opportunity to go home and take a decision and come back, and the fair is still on. Okay. Do you see? So you go home on Friday after visiting the fair, you go home on Saturday after visiting the fair, you still have the opportunity to take a decision and come back the next day.
You can go take stock of what you have at home and then make a list and then come back on Saturday and come and shop in bulk.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not bad at all, not bad at all. Yeah. So I think we need to tell those who have registered to come and pay. Right, or they've already paid.
They need to come and pay urgently. Because there's a lot of people who do what they do, and they do this every year with all of our events. They'll call, they'll register, they'll delay the payment until sometimes it's too late.
Then someone will come and take this spot.
And then someone will come and take a spot. I don't know why you do that to yourself. You know? I mean, here. You know, so don't do that, right? Just, if you've registered already, just come and pay. Right, and if you haven't registered, trust me, you can pay and get a slot that somebody else was trying to get, but they didn't. They dragged their feet about the payment. So if you're hearing for the first time, place that call 0205-973-973. Someone will pick it up. Someone will walk you through how to get registered. At this point, there's no need to register and come and pay later. Just pay straight away. And you know, because we're just, how many days are we away from the fair? Just a week away from the fair. You know, so interesting. Pay and come and do it. Yeah. Be a
From where you sit, do you feel like this fair has come to stay?
I believe it has. I believe it has. I believe it has come to stay because, again, I keep referring to this because I was a very impressionable little boy back then. Operation Feed Yourself by Kutu Echampong. Okay, he was a head of state at the time, and he said, "Why can't we eat what we grow and grow everything we want to eat? Let's grow everything we want to eat." And he encouraged people to do backyard farming. You see, so it's not just commercially grow everything you want to eat. No, you watching on television at home, grow what you want to eat. Yeah, go and pluck it yourself, you know. And why not? So for me, it has come to stay because it will motivate a lot of people, and people will be inspired by this to see that, look, there's a lot I can do by myself at home. In fact, you can actually cut your monthly bill for food by half easily just by visiting the fair and implementing some of the things you see there. You can cut. Think about it. Even your protein needs can be halved. And protein is maybe the more difficult one. Right? Yeah, because what else can you not grow at home? Can you not grow potatoes at home?
You can.
You can grow potatoes at home, you can grow tomatoes at home, you can grow lettuce, cabbages at home, you can grow everything. You can grow ginger, you can grow cloves, everything you can grow at home. Literally.
So you think
with a little space.
The future of a Greek is backyard? I mean, at least in Ghana.
I think that in Ghana, if we went that way, it would impact highly on our habits and our attitudes, and we'll be healthier. Yeah, because everything's organic.
Well, that's true.
Think about it. Everything's organic, so automatically you'll be healthier.
Nowadays, when you buy garden eggs and then you boil it and then you grind it and you leave it for a little while, you come back and it's hard. I don't understand what they've done to our garden eggs.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's a lot of tampering that goes on, you know, because people want it to last longer on the shelf and everything else. But you know that nature is nature. The more natural your product is, the quicker it will expire and rot. The more natural, as in natural, your product is, or more organic your product is, the quicker it will rot if it's left untampered with, you know. So
it's interesting. There's a message here that said that, Jude, I know it's not the Back to Your Village Food Festival, but at least can we get to taste some of the foods there beyond the kebab? Is that something that can be at least, you know, some Bordeaux PC, you know, if they are selling it, you should taste, you know, and some kontomire on the side. And some, you know, nyadwa froye on the side.
I think that those are very nice and lovely suggestions. But I feel like
no. Eat food for them small.
Why do you want to eat food there?
No, I have to taste what they cassava. Are buying. You know, I have to be sure that the cassava is, you know, it is compatible with the way I do my food.
No, wait. So you know that the cassava and you can't process it at home yourself.
No, I for taste for day before I go decide to buy a large.
Why is Jude trying to bring a problem?
It's a message from
it's a message that he's reading.
I tie myself.
You tie yourself.
I tie myself to the message. You know the rabbits. I will buy the rabbits, but I for taste it in soup.
Okay.
So I beg consider it for us.
So well,
maybe stand somewhere on the side who make it loud. You know, but at least when I walk around, I should have a place where I can sit there and eat or
and see that this is coming from here.
Yeah, you know, so I can even help the business to grow.
You see, did you hear what he just said? Oh,
but it's a form. He told Obi told Jenny, Obi told me goes. So if I go around, I should be able to buy all that I need for the soup.
I don't know whether
and there'll be cassava on the side.
I don't know whether we do antelope farming though.
Here in Ghana, I'm not that ahead of.
I'm not that ahead of.
So.
No, but you see well.
Yeah.
we can replace it with goats. It's fine. We can replace it with goats. It is fine. No, but my point really is that it won't be a bad idea, you know, to just sample some of the food stuff over there. So please consider it for us. You know, I know you are doing. I know you're part of the
stakeholders.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Besides the chinchinga, is there, you know, some like fufu that Jude was talking about, or you know, maybe they want to taste food or sit down to eat or something? The way you're looking at me is suspicious.
No, I don't know. It's like we've brought the AgriFair. We told you what's going to be available. Now you're asking for like bring more things, There's back to your village food festival. You enjoy the food, you enjoy the eating. This one is a different, you know, event that has a different goal in mind. You see, so let's go along that route. So then there's also this is Ghana, which will also come later. Which is also has a different objective.
But will there be drinks?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be drinks.
Not water, like, you know, as I'm chewing my chichinga, then, you know, some 1957 beer on the side.
In seafood beer and I say,
just to complement the kebab that we are chewing. Because if I go down the wrong, you know.
You know, OMB has a plug for the most original palm wine in the system.
Okay.
So
anything is possible.
Something could easily happen.
Anything is possible.
There's a guy called Peter from the mountains.
Okay.
Wow, Kwegu, it's been such a pleasure having you. You know, as always. You know, thank you for taking time off your really busy schedule to come and remind us as to why this is a really important fair. I like that how you call this from farm to the table, supporting local but feeding the nation. So it's a national assignment.
It's a national assignment, a national agenda. Yeah, it's very important. And I really do hope and believe that, you see, people say, oh, but you're just a media house. Yes, it's true. What is the media house's objective is not just bringing you the news. What do we say? What's our tagline at Channel 1? Telling your story, empowering change. How many farmers are out there? Nobody knows of them.
So you are telling their story.
It's telling their story.
And you're empowering change in the sense that
the entire market chain is affected, so that the people who buy are going straight to the market. That's the change we need.
And you are changing mindsets as to around
changing
the agri-sector and farming and all of that. And that is proper change.
Yeah. If farming will be attractive, it's some of these events that will make the farming attractive, that will make the farmers, the young people say, you know what? I want to get into that.
I'm ready.
I want to get into that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And what a show it's been.
Yeah.
You know, I think for the first time, I've completely fell in love with our start to the show. You know, we had quite an incredible start, you know, looking at the videos, you know, listening to the story. Another documentary you put together, or another like project you put together. I'm referring to the telling the Channel 1 story.
There was just my voice that was on it. It's not. I wasn't really part of the production. Just my voice that was on it.
But shout outs to the team who put it together actually.
Yeah.
JB
and thank you
Co.
for JB and Co. And thank you for joining us today. We're grateful to have you, and we'll definitely see you again next weekend. Don't go away.
Bye-bye.
In this special day, I would like to congratulate and wish happy birthday to Channel 1 TV. they are celebrating their 7th anniversary. This is a great achievement. I would like to say I have a special feeling for this channel because I've been invited on many occasions to share stories on the relations between EU and Ghana, from job creation, from trade, from security, from entrepreneurship, education. We have a lot to work together between the European Union and Ghana, but the viewers, the public cannot access those stories if media houses like Channel One TV don't share them. So I would like to thank them. I would like once again to congratulate them and wish them well for the future.
As France ambassador to Ghana, I'm delighted to say a few words on the occasion of Channel One TV's anniversary. Channel One TV does a very good job to inform the Ghanaians. I congratulate you for this important role and wish you all the best for the next coming years. The media plays a very important role in disseminating information, debate, and the exchange of opinions, as you do on Channel One TV. Today, this role is all the more essential as we face up to the problem of disinformation, which is a real threat to democracies. So, the anniversary of Channel One TV is an opportunity for me to send this message. I hope that the media in Ghana will continue to do their job with lucidity, that they can continue to entertain their citizens, but also inform them in an objective manner. It's crucial for all countries. It's crucial for Ghana. Happy 7th anniversary.
On behalf of the British High Commission here in Ghana, I extend my warmest congratulations to Channel One TV as you celebrate your 7th milestone. Over the years, your commitment to civic dialogue, to independent journalism, and to democratic values has had a profound impact on Ghana's society. I extend my warmest congratulations to Channel One TV as you celebrate your 7th anniversary. Over the years, your commitment to independent journalism, to civic dialogue, and to good governance and democratic values has had a profound impact on Ghanaian society. As you celebrate your 7th anniversary, we celebrate your commitment to strengthening the foundations of transparency and accountability here in Ghana.
In the heart of Ghana's media landscape, a vision was born. Bold, independent, and unrelenting in its pursuit of truth and empowerment. This is the story of Channel One TV. This is the journey so far.
Channel One TV came about as a result of a deep conviction to recreate the channel of dissemination of information. It wasn't just about broadcasting, it was about engaging, it was about telling the stories that matter in our communities and to our communities. And so once we saw the gap we put ourselves together to create this wonderful channel. Adabraka was our first home where it all began. Modest beginning, but I must say full of ambition. And, it became the birthplace of our ethos and our whole package of integrity, courage. But it got to a point that, the expression of the vision became a bit enormous, I must say, and we needed a bigger place to contain the new direction of this project. So this would take us away from Adabraka, and it eventually landed us at Tesano, where we operate now.
In 2023, the station underwent a transformation, rebranding to Channel One TV. More than a name, it was a renewed commitment.
Channel One TV represents something more than a TV channel. It's leadership, it's inspiration, and it's engagement. And we have captured all these into a slogan, telling your story, empowering change. But we also do not just limit this to a slogan. The slogan also has become our mission. We tell your stories, but we don't just end there. We empower change, and it's our lifestyle.
Every story we tell is a reflection of our society. We don't just report, we engage, whether it's politics, culture, or community development. We are here to inform and to inspire.
Our newsroom is built on credibility and courage. Over the years, we've broken important stories and covered major national events with balance and depth. Journalism is about trust, and we've worked hard to earn that.
From building strong partnerships to creating innovative revenue models, our growth has been strategic. We've collaborated with both local and international partners to sustain our mission and expand our influence.
Our events have amplified voices and catalyzed change. From our fairs, parties to national policy dialogues, we've created platforms that make a difference by driving the Ghana agenda whilst engaging our viewers.
We curate programs that reflect our identity: bold, intelligent, culturally grounded. You know what? Storytelling is our craft, and we take it very seriously.
Behind every broadcast is a team of producers, editors, and engineers who make it happen. Tech indeed is the backbone. My team ensures we stay on air and ahead of the curve.
It's people first here. We build talent, support growth, and nurture creativity.
The work behind the scenes matters. Policies, logistics, daily management. We are the silent engine.
Channel One gave me a voice and a chance to grow as a journalist.
We are more than a team. We are family driven by purpose.
Every story we tell has the power to make a difference. That's what motivates us.
We've turned ideas into revenue
and partnerships into progress.
Seven years of excellence. It feels like home.
7 years on, the journey continues. From Adabraka to Tesano, from a dream to a national voice, Channel One TV remains committed to telling your story and empowering change. This is our story. This is Channel One TV.
Welcome to Adoration with me, Edinam Bright Davis. Your moment of divine encounter right here on Channel One TV. It's a time to join us to lift up your hearts and hands in adoration to the King of Kings, blessing him for his goodness, his mercy towards us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll tell you who our very special guest is for today.
Curious about what's happening beyond your borders? Beyond Borders takes you there. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., join Caleb Kudo as he explores the stories that shape our world, connecting you with Ghanaians in other cultures